Ayo, I'm Oreo, and welcome to my, voice acting tips. This is just gonna be a lot of ranting. I'm really sorry, but, yeah, this is how I go. So let's start with what voice acting is about. It's about passion and acting. I'm really out of words here. It can be hard work, but it's really worth it to have fun. So basically, voice acting is just using your voice. That's why it's called voice acting. Oh my god, I don't have a script for this, I'm sorry. So you can voice act for cartoon characters and commercials and video games and yeah, stuff like that. So what you're supposed to do first, not supposed to, but like what I did first, you have to find your community or a genre like visual novels, anime, gacha life. Emphasis on the gacha life there. You can start from there, and you can like work your way up to other things and stuff like that. You can use websites to submit your auditions. I use casting call clubs. People use Backstage or Voice.com or Fivverr, and then you can upload demo reels to give recommendations. You can make friends, and you can start your VA journey. It's really fun. So what you're supposed to use? You don't have to use mic right away, but as you get more into it, you would definitely try to get a mic, a decent mic. But drink water. Like seriously, water is really good for your voice, because if you don't drink water and you're using voice a lot, you can lose your voice or you can get a sore throat, and that's not good. I learned this the hard way, sobs. Sometimes I use a lollipop. So, like, I don't know, sometimes my voice can be a bit dry, so I can use a lollipop sometimes, and also it's like a good little treat for after, like, hey, you did your work, well done. Closet, I'm recording in a closet, the lights burnt out, but I fixed them, so it's all good now. You can record under a blanket, but, like, there's one thing, the less walls you have, that's, like, the better your audio will sound, because your audio is going to be bouncing around, and if you have, like, a 2-wall closet, that's good. I mean, my closet's pretty small. I mean, this is, like, how many walls? 1, 2, 3, 4 walls plus a door. It's okay, but I would try and find something smaller. So, and you need to really get into your VA work. Like, it's not just about your voice. Like 75% acting and like 15% voice. Math's not my strong suit. Why did I say that? Random example. Let's say you were lost in the woods. How would you act? You would probably be panicked. I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but I would probably be panicked. So make sure to act it out. Try and do some vocal warm-ups before recording so you don't lose your voice. And make sure to drink water in between your lines as well. And it might benefit you to learn another accent or even another language. Yeah. Try to do your VA work for fun first. So then build up skill level and resume, and then audition for paid stuff. So, I mean, I can't speak for that. I do for fun projects, and I also do paid projects sometimes, but it's not about the money, it's about, like, the experience, having fun. You won't get a role right off the bat. Let me emphasize that. You will not get a role right away. It takes time. Like, I was auditioning for a very long time before I got my first role. You need to equalize, normalize, and add noise reduction. Well, you don't have to, but, I mean, you want to sound good. So many directors look for quality, really good quality lines. And another thing would be to make friends. You can share tips and tricks, and making friends will also help immensely down the road with support and projects and recommendations. And, I mean, plus you got cool friends, so, I mean, yeah, all for it. So, if you have stage fright, you can't really act while people are watching you because you're terrified you'll mess up. Well, boy have I got news for you. If stage fright is like a big problem, then I'd say you can definitely go for voice acting, because while you will still be acting for an audience, they will not be right in front of you, and it will not be as nerve-wracking as, like, Yeah. Plus, you can, like, edit your audio. You can do it as many times as you need. There's no technical rehearsals. You can just do it as many times as you feel like it, and then you can just send it when you think it's perfect or as good as you think it will be. So yeah, it's definitely a huge plus. You can wear your pajamas too. I mean, it's awesome. I like to read lines from a book and doing different voices and like have my pets or stuffed animals as an audience, and this is exercise for like confidence boosting. It's also a vocal warm-up, so. But as your community starts to grow, you will get people who are not so nice to you, but you just need to remember that you're not what anyone tells you. You don't have to listen to them. You can just think positively for yourself. Don't make any negative comments to yourself or other creators. That will definitely not result in anything good. And just don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk. Yeah, happy recording. So, microphone stuff if you want to do that. So, Q&A. I was gonna do a Q&A with some VAs, but I couldn't figure out where to put it, so I will just put it here. Yeah. So, my questions. They'll be on the title screen. I don't really remember them right now, but okay. So, our voice actors are Gallicat, Nvstolgia or Nvlyn Alice, and WizGamingXD. So please enjoy that. Yeah.
Hi there, my name is Gallicat, and I have been a voice actor for 8 months, coming up on 9 very soon. I have also been taking part in musical theater for 4 years, and I have been having vocal training since I was 8. I am a self-taught 16-year-old Australian voice actor, and I hope you enjoy listening to my questions. Question number 1, how did you start with VA work? Well, when I started doing a voice-acted series, I was very inspired by a lot of my voice actors to see how the process is, and I just thought that it was really cool. During this time, I was also in quarantine, so I have been musical theater deprived for up to 4 months, and I have really just been looking for something to replace that during quarantine, and it turned out that I loved it so much that I just kept on doing it, you know? Question number 2, your favorite part of doing VA work? I have to say my favorite part would probably be just fabricating all of the different emotions that I use during my lines. I think it's really cool that a single line can have 3 or 4 different spins or takes off of it, and one little raised pitch could seriously just change the outcome of the line. It could just change the entire mood of the scene, and it could just change it entirely, and I think that is so cool. I have to say, also being able to manipulate my voice to fit different characters, and then seeing my voice on all these wide variety of characters definitely is my favorite part of being a VA. Question number 3, why VA work is important to you? I believe that VA work is important to me because, once again, it's a very online version of musical theater in my eyes, and I am definitely a musical theater kid. It keeps my voice in check, it keeps the ability to create emotions just out of the middle of nowhere. It's like just practice for musical theater, and that means a lot to me. And the last question, give a helpful tip for something to inspire aspiring VAs. Just some little tips and stuff. When you're starting out, it's not a good idea to get a mic straight away. Just your phone through voice memos if you have the app, or just even like headphone mics is sufficient. Just make sure that you know how to edit some audio. You can do some noise reductions. And if you really get into it, that's when I would suggest that you start buying the more expensive microphones. Try to record in a space with as least walls as possible. The least amount of walls, the more space for the sound to bounce off of. And echo in the background, which definitely can impact the sound of your recordings. The smaller the space, the smaller the impact, the smaller the echo. I know a lot of voice actors who actually record in their closets or under a blanket like I am doing right now. Another other snippet of advice would probably just be, when creating emotions, don't underdo them, but it's also very important that you don't overdo them. You have to make it look believable. And something that you have to understand is this is near impossible to get right on the first try. Many VAs tend to retake lines at least 5 times minimum just to get the emotion right, because it's once again very hard to create emotions when the character is fake. You're only reading the lines in front of you like a lot of us do. We don't actually see the character and its movements. So we have to kind of be creative and think of reasons why the character would be acting that way. One last tip of advice, still linked on to the emotions part of it all. Just make sure that your emotions fit with the character. If your character is very upset all the time, don't put a really cutesy, exciting voice over the character, because that would not fit at all. To inspire voice actors, it's honestly just a lot of fun. Definitely gets you out of your shell. And it's 100% worth it. And even if you think that you're not going to go anywhere, I can assure you that there are people out there who will definitely appreciate your voice and see it as unique and exactly what they're looking for. And that's where your journey starts and where you get cast. I hope you enjoyed listening to my questions and answers, and I hope you have a lovely afternoon or evening or morning. Bye-bye now!
Greetings and salutations! I am Nvstolgia, primarily known online as Nvstolgia. I'm a semi-professional voice actor of a year, with my experience relying entirely on being self-taught. My voice acting journey began on June 14, 2020 as a way to be productive during quarantine. I kickstarted my exploration for casting calls through social media hashtags, and then found my way onto a website called Casting Call Club. And it's a wonderful online platform for any aspiring talent, whether it be voice acting, singing, directing, script writing, etc. I personally made most of my time just hopping from one audition to the next. For me, the best part about being a voice actor is the kind of personalities and characters that I get to play. It's a pretty cliche answer, but it's true. Just like live acting, for just a brief moment, I'm able to put myself into another character's place and just be them. I get to kind of escape my reality for a second. Even if it's just my voice bringing them to life, I'm creating something and someone else. And the end results of just seeing my voice being implemented onto the character, just by the end of it, it's all worth it. Personally, I'm someone who's always been in love with performing, whether it be singing, dancing, or acting, and being able to voice act and express my talent while having fun and further pursuing it as a career gives a lot of meaning to what I do every day. And I'm able to perform anytime I'd like, and that really gives a lot of power to my passion as a performer. For anyone out there who would like to start voice acting, just know that you can start anytime. It doesn't matter your age nor your experience. If it's something that you'd like to try out, go for it. You got nothing to lose. Even if it's just starting out with something a bit fun and challenging like voice impressions, your first steps can start anywhere.
Hey, I'm Wiz, a hobbyist voice actor, also known as WizGaming XD on the internet. It's a weird handle, I know, but let's just ignore that part for now. I started voice acting in November 2019, before the quarantine began. Thinking about it, it's insane that I've been screaming into a microphone for 2 years now. Okay, I'm gonna be a little honest here. The main reason I decided to start voiceover was because I was a horrible speaker. I used to just freeze in place if anybody talked to me in real life, which, as most people know, is not the best feeling. So, I wanted to develop some decent talking ability. Granted, pre-written scripts may not be the best choice, but they do get your mouth used to the words. My favorite part about doing VA work has to be seeing the final product. No words can describe just how fulfilling it feels to have a project you voiced in finally release. Typically, it takes a few months to a year, or even a couple of years for directors and developers to finish a project. By that time, you've already forgotten what you had recorded, so it's always a pleasant surprise. Voice acting is important to me because it's something that can inspire people. Our voice is one of the most important aspects of being human, because it's how we communicate. Our tone, emotion, and thoughts can all be in conflict or agreement at one given moment, and your voice is what reflects that. Of course, that doesn't just apply to acting. Whether you make someone's day with a genuine compliment or get on one of your siblings' nerves, all depends on how you use your voice. One thing that I find myself struggling with all the time is how not to compare myself to other people. Voice acting, like most things, is not a one-size-fits-all. People have different sounds and experiences, so of course they get cast for different things. If you're an aspiring voice actor, one tip I have is to focus on your own path. Instead of getting caught up in how great this other person is, try thinking about your own strengths and weaknesses, and how to improve them. After all, behind every genius is a whole ton of work and time.
Thank you so much, guys. Please go to their channels, give them a subscribe, and like their videos. Yeah, leave some nice comments for them. They're awesome for helping me out. Thank you, guys. Motivation. If you have motivation, then you'll be able to do more work faster, which I think is definitely a plus. If you don't have motivation, then you will not be able to do anything ever. Motivation is definitely like 95% of how you're gonna do anything in life. Yeah. So make sure you have a lot of motivation, but if you're not motivated, just like try and unwind, like try and find something that you enjoy doing, and but remember, you're not forced to do anything. If you are taking on more projects than you can handle, that's not healthy, that's not good. Just only say yes to things that you genuinely can do. Yeah. So here we go with the stats. So I think voice acting is definitely, how do I say this, more or less a substitute for live acting. So live acting definitely has its pluses, and voice acting definitely has its pluses, but like they both have their benefits, but I definitely think that live acting is somewhat better. I mean, that's not technically true, but I mean, I like them both equally, but if it came down to what I would prefer doing, I would definitely pick live acting. But I mean, it would technically depend. Like, if it were a certain emotion or line or something, I would definitely pick voice acting, but I mean, you can go for whatever you want. It's your path. Go for whatever interests you. No matter what you choose, if you genuinely enjoy it, it'll be fun. So, yeah. So, voiceovers have been going on for over 150 years in mediums and media, so, I mean, it's a pretty good thing. So, voice acting uses: internet, business, video games, documentaries, television, educational purposes, radios, movie trailers, and like audiobooks, cartoons, telephone, internet, video and animation, stuff like that. Yeah, those are they're log uses, you know. The average money an average VA makes, like if you were an 18+ adult doing this for professionally, if you were just starting out, you would make about $31,000 per year. So there are about 36% of people who are VAs and VA coaches in the USA alone. Invented VAs and Casting Call Club alone are 550,100. Pretty solid number, I mean. There are resources. You can use Casting Call Club, it's truly amazing. You can create projects and submit auditions 100% for free, but I would get a subscription if you would like that. Discord. I use Discord for managing projects. Fivverr, YouTube. Yeah. So, you can start VA work from your phone. Recording on your phone isn't high quality, but it really gets the job done for beginners. So, and you don't need a mic right away, like Ali said. So, you can use it, get from your tablet, from your computer. I'm using a PC right now for recording. I use a Snowball mic as backup, and I also use a AT2020 USB. There are a lot of animation studios that employ voice actors. Funimation, Disney, Pixar, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. You probably have your favorite voice actors from those guys. Oh, we have a character wall here. Whoa. Okay, next. So I will be linking these in the description. Casting Call Club, Harudori's Voice Acting Guild from Discord, the Gacha VA's link tree, and I also link Fivverr down there. So, what did we learn? We learned what voice acting is about. We learned about stage fright. We learned how to set up a mic. We got a QnA, semi-professional voice actors. We learned about motivation. We learned about live acting and voice acting. We learned about VA stats, VA resources, animation studios, how to start VA work. I mean, it's really pretty simple. Well, I wouldn't say it's simple, but it's you get into it. Yeah. If you have any questions, just DM me on Discord, or you can always Google it. I mean, there's a lot of answers on Google, so another thing would be to just embrace your passion, try and figure out what voices that you are good at, and then just try and start from there. You can do anything you put your mind to. It doesn't matter how old you are, what experience level you have, it doesn't matter. You can do anything that you enjoy. Just do anything you set your mind to. Yeah. So, good luck with your VA journey. I hope that you guys get where you want to go, and yeah, have fun. That's what it's all about. Have fun. Bye.